For your very kind introduction, good morning to the National Real Estate Association, NREA. First, I would like to give due recognition to the late Kapepe Manalan for creating such an active real estate organization. Greetings to the NREA leadership, whom I met last week here at our office. Chair Emerita Marisa Del Mar, Chairman Benny Cabrieto, Board Advisors Bansan Chowa Sir, and Mars Mendoza. And of course, last but not the least, my kabalin, my fellow UNP, my fellow broker and consultant, Madam President Imelda Magtoto. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. And our topic is your topic. I am also a real estate broker. Kasama po ng aking misis na isang real estate broker din, si Nanette, at ang aking panganay na anak na isang real estate management, one of the pioneering students at Dela Cruz University na nag-graduate na po sila. Our topic, Facing the Future Through Initiatives and Innovations, is a very appropriate and best describe what we're trying to accomplish here in the DHSUD. Being a real estate practitioner and a small-time developer 10 years ago, I believe, together with our dear Secretary, Ed Del Rosario, the time to introduce positive change in the way we look at socialized housing and real estate industry is now. I was just appointed as the Undersecretary for Regional Operation of the DHSUD to oversee the updates of our DHSUD offices in the entire country. And to this, my special assignment coming from Secretary Ed Del Rosario is the implementation of the joint memorandum circular between the DHSUD and the 7 other allied government agencies to create the much-needed anti-illegal real estate service practices Interagency Task Force, whom I was designated as the task force head. It will be with a mission to safeguard our home buyers against pernicious practices of illegal developers, also the malpractices within our profession. With that, please join me in this mission, wherein I was also designated as the task force head, being a supervising undersecretary of the national drive against professional squatters and squatting syndicate as provided by Executive Order 153 Series of 2002. Mga kasama, I would like to honestly confide in you that I alone, even if with my new appointed Chief of Staff, our real estate consultant, and our NREA Vice President for 2021, Professor Jovi Tupas, we cannot accomplish high targets without you. With your most definitely needed generous support, your untiring and full support of all duly licensed real estate practitioner and legitimate developers to finally practice what RA 9646 is all about. Join us as we face the future through initiatives and innovations between the DHSUD and our real estate industry. Let me personally introduce your NREA chapter officers to our regional directors and regional officers. I will be your messenger towards our regional officers. I will also be visiting the different homeowners of each and different subdivisions that have federations. Also, the homeowners of the informal settlers. And we will be doing what is provided for by the task force of EO 153 to drive the organization of the squatting syndicate to drive away so that they will not be victimizing our marginalized sector. With that po, sa panahon ngayon, panahon ng pandemic, malasakit sa ating kapwa ang kailangan higit kailanman, malasakit mula sa puso. With that po, I congratulate the NREA leadership, all the members, and all the stakeholders for this very successful event. Maraming salamat po. God bless NREA. God bless our country. Salamat po.
Now we will proceed to our Honorable Undersecretary Albert Dela Cruz to answer some of our questions posted.
Yes, Madam. Good morning. Good morning po.
Good morning po.
Tamang mga real estate brokers. Real estate broker din po ako, kaya excited ako. Parang ano po ako, balik bahay, balik bayan.
Opo, and we are very happy po talaga na nandiyan na po kayo sa DHSUD for us. Okay,
Yes.
So for our first question po, may we ask your plan on how we can eradicate the Colorum developers and practitioners?
Yes po, as we very well know, we have the joint memorandum circular issued by the different government agencies. Ano po, of course, this is headed by the DHSUD. And I was designated by the Secretary to be the task force head. So, as I mentioned during my intro, that I'm looking forward to collaborate with the NREA. You can be my coach on this, and insofar as the joint memorandum circular, we will be pushing this, and my recommendation to the Secretary is to have an oversight monitoring committee, wherein I will be recommending NREA as part of the oversight committee, because you are the one in the ground, and we need your cooperation, we need your volunteerism, and we need your recommendations, and we need reports coming from the ground, and as soon as we receive the report, then we will be collaborating and communicating with the specific government agencies like the PNP and NBI in order for us to implement the necessary rules of procedure and the law as provided by in order for us to combat, to eradicate the legal practices in our profession, and of course to empower and to promote and protect the professions that we have, Madam. As a broker, appraiser, at the same time, real estate consultants, and salesperson. Same as you also, we're looking forward, pakitignan po ninyo ito, I am soliciting your suggestion vis-a-vis with our objective to protect and promote our profession. We're looking forward also on how to serve the unserved, meaning the more than 6 million Filipino who don't have yet the housing of their own, especially those our brethren, mga ISF, or colloquially known as to be the squatters. We're looking forward for a proposal wherein for the entry level of the salesperson, a one day or 2 days seminar for salesperson will be coupled with the immersion of the supposed to be or would be applicant to become a salesperson, to have immersion in getting the profile of the informal settlers. So tutungo sila sa informal settler community, sa mga squatter area. They need to get the profile for them to be able to, as part of their OJT, for them to qualify as salesperson, because we need the help of the private practitioners for us to be able to solve and to attain our goal to have a housing, a home for every Filipino. And we need you there. We need our professional sector in the real estate in solving this problem. Profiling of the ISF is the best solution. we need 50 billion peso in order a year in order for us to solve the 6 million housing backlog. And the government really will need not only the necessary amount, but we need time. But we're running out of time. Dumarami na dumarami yan yearly as year goes by. So the best way for us is to empower them. But before we empower them, we need to know their profile. Sino ba yung magaling na karpentero? Sino yung mga nakapagtapos ng high school? Sino yung nasa koleyo? Now, for those who don't have the necessary qualifications, then we integrate them through TESDA and LRC and other way of empowering our people for them to be able to have the capacity to pay. Sa tingin ho natin naman baka maaari sila magkaroon ng capacity to pay if we will be empowering them. And for me, that is the best way for us to solve the housing problem. Not only appropriating the amount, but by means of empowering our people to have their own housing unit. Yes po. Thank you po. Napahaba ang sagot ko.
Okay.
Very well said po.
Yeah. Yung second question, Usec, I think is also related to what you have mentioned a while ago about the professional squatters. And I think ating mga professional squatters, I think they have the skills to be carpenters kasi in just a short while they will be able to build their house after yung the owner gets out of the property. So just a few hours they will be able to build their house.
Exactly.
Yeah, the second question po is it's all about the professional squatters. What are your ideas about the professional squatter and squatting syndicates or these informal settlers, and how do we solve this long time issue that we have?
Yes, sir. I was also designated by our secretary to be the supervising undersecretary for NDAPS, or the National Drives Against Professional Squatters and Squatting Syndicate. First, we need to have the remedial measure through the police power of the state. So we will be using whatever the tawagan natin is the long arm of the law. Okay. We will be pushing for it. We will be protecting our people. They became vulnerable to professional squatting syndicate. You ask me why? Why the marginalized people are so vulnerable? And this is my answer. Because they tend to lean to falsehood. Okay, sila po ay sumasandal sa maling sandalan. And these are the professional squatting syndicate. Now, that is why our recommendation is to actually meron kaming ongoing naman ko, lumabas lang ako, but after this I will be recommending this to the secretary. Kailangan silang sumandal sa mga professional real estate salesperson, professional real estate broker, wherein we will be helping them, not this professional squatting syndicate. That's why we need to come in, because there is a gap. The gap, the lack of information. And that is our job, that is our work, that is our mission. As a professional real estate professional, as a real estate professional, we need to come in to fill in the gap of lack of hope. Nawawala ng pag-asa yung ating mamamayan. That's why nagsasandal sila sa mga squatting syndicates. For us to avoid that, we need to come in. So our proposal again is to include the profiling, the immersion of salesperson as entry level for them to become a sales person, sales professional, or we call them sales agent, to emerge for us to be able to give the proper, correct information to our people. That's one. Number two, that's number two. Number three, we will be looking forward to set up information desk for each and every cities, key highly urbanized and component cities. And we will be also having this additional memorandum of agreement with the National Commission on Muslim Filipino. So they're very much willing also to give what we call the information there. They are very much willing to collaborate with us together with the National Commission on Urban Poor, with Chairman Alvin Feliciano. So we need the government effort. We need also the private counterpart through NREA to solve this big problem about ISF. Thank you, sir.
Thank you po. Thank you for that.
For our last questions, Usec, are you seeing the possibility of the marginalized sector to have a rental scheme instead of owning, since for some time they will upgrade to a much better place? And in
Yeah,
this,
we can have that, a public rental scheme. As a matter of fact, we're also pushing for a financing for a public rental scheme through Pag-ibig Fund, especially if the housing units are located within the growth area. For example, we have Clark, Subic, and other industrialized area or economic zone area. So we're looking forward to have that kind of public rental scheme in order for us to serve as halfway for our people working within the urban area. Kaya at the end of the day, really, aside from our department is focusing not only about the human settlement, but also with regards to urban development. The urban development is part and parcel in answering the problem with regards to housing backlog. Because as we very well know, the congestion in the urban area is because of the lack of economic opportunity in the rural area. So we need to balance the equation insofar as economic development is concerned.
okay, I think kulang yung time natin, no? Kailangan pa ulit natin i-guess si Undersecretary Albert. Kasi marami talaga tayong tanong at matututunan.
Yes, sir. All the time. Basta kayo. Just inform us.
Thank you po.
Say our name, we will be there.
Thank you.
Okay po.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you.
po.
Ma'am, it's my
Salamat
pleasure.
po.
It's my pleasure. Thank you po.